That's fun. That's fun right there. So he does, it's a good reason, but then he turns himself on all that stuff. Quentin Reddy, Moonlight Ride in on the Chevy Top 20. His album right there, Diamond in the Rough. I see you have, I know on Big in a Small Town, we commented on the hairstyle quite a bit, and I wasn't going to, but I see you've become a little bit more conservative.
I have.
The walls aren't quite as white.
No, not anymore.
I guess it happens, right? We all mature.
I had a mohawk for 5 years, and it's just on a little hiatus right now.
Okay, but never say, it might come back one day.
Never say never.
It kind of, a lot of, some people were doing that kind of extreme thing where it was the mohawk and the brushed over thing. You're kind of somewhere in between. Look good, man. All right, that's enough about your hair.
Okay.
That's enough about your hair.
About the hair.
You moved from Newfoundland to Calgary.
Yeah.
Was that in response to what happened with the show and stuff? Did you think that's kind of where I need to be to make the music business happen?
I was in Calgary prior to the show, and moved out there to be closer to the music industry and to be closer to work. And you know, being in Newfoundland is pretty remote, and so we, you know, me and my wife decided that we were probably a lot better off being out there for a lot of different reasons.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And you've been busy since. I mean, we were talking a little bit before we started rolling here. Yeah. You're booked solid.
Booked solid for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
16 weeks booked for next year already. But I mean, that's not, you know, that's not, you know, the big venues or the big clubs.
Sure.
It's absolutely everything and anything. You know, private parties, pubs, clubs, casinos.
You just want to be playing. You want to be out there singing and performing and entertaining.
I do. I do.
You know, your story is similar to, I'm reminded of Tim Hicks, a guy that, you know, has obviously exploded in the last couple of years, well, even a little bit less than that. Yeah. And that's what he did. He just played all the time. Yeah. You said you were nervous when you played right here in this studio for our show. The performances, the live performances, have you just gotten a lot more solid at that stuff because of how much you've been playing?
Yes.
Yeah?
Definitely. But I mean, I still get nervous every time I play.
Do you really?
I do. Even the smaller the crowd, the more nervous I get.
Well, that kind of makes sense sometimes, right? I mean, I always say we sometimes get artists coming in here to do showcases for a couple of people in the music department and stuff. And when it's one person and a guitar, and it's like 7 or 8 people in a room, and it's daylight, it's like a weird thing when you do that. So, I mean, I imagine a dark pub is not much different than that, right? When there's a few people in there. But you play like a long set when you go into a pub like that as well?
It depends. I mean, for the most part, it's 3 50-minute sets a night, and some nights it's 4 50-minute sets a night. And some weeks it's 6 nights a week.
And are you still dealing with hecklers and the odd guy yelling for odd requests?
Never ends.
It never ends. Really?
It never ends.
You get better at handling those guys?
Yeah, you kind of do. Yeah. But it never stops.
You have, I mentioned in the intro there, you've opened for some of the guys. You've opened for Chad and you've opened for Dallas and stuff. Playing for big crowds, is that something you're getting more and more used to?
I love playing for big crowds. Yeah. Because there's an energy in a big crowd that sometimes can't be contained, and you know, sometimes it has something to do with you, and sometimes it doesn't, but it's always there.
Very good. Okay, we're going to continue with Quentin in just a second.